All right, it is 1:43. Oh, jelly, jelly me. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. I just got back. I watched a video. Before I talk about anything else, I watched a video that was funny. It was Young Don reacts to, he reacts to the Hellcat obsession. And apparently Hellcat is like a variation or something like that on the Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger thing. It's really powerful the muscle car. And it was a funny video. I didn't know that this car had gotten so big in black culture, subculture, whatever. It's just an interesting video because it's just supercars are an entire investment and thing that I find interesting. Cars in general, I was never interested in, but like all of my friends, not all of, but like a good chunk of my friends and acquaintances growing up with were all interested in, and they were all on board with. And I could never really wrap my head around that. Like I was always, all throughout my life, I was always like, yeah, I want a car. It gets me from A to B. But like, other than that, not, it's like whatever. It was always just a tool, pretty much, for me. Onto another topic. So I went to the store, went back, and again, I like to say I do like my best thinking when I'm like not here in front of the camera, or before I was even doing YouTube stuff, not trying to think or whatever. So, the other adage is when you're on the throne, taking a crap. For me, it's right over there. Go to the thinking pot. But yeah, I was thinking, one of the things I was thinking was, because I watched a video before I left on China building a big ass tunnel. They built a big ass tunnel. And I think it kind of spurred in me. It got me thinking down the line of America. I was like, America doesn't really need to build tunnels because we don't really need to build a whole lot of bridges in the sense of really long ass bridges across really long ass distances. Because we just don't. We don't tend to have a lot of those things. Like we got the San Francisco Bridge, and we got some, on the east and the west coast, we may have some of those, but barring that, not too many. Not too many reasons to build that. And I'm a I'm a Midwestern child, so sorry if you're a coastal person, but I just don't really think in coastal terms. I think in landlocked Pangea terms, which is land, uh, not body of water terms. Even though I'm from Milwaukee and we had a big ass lake right there, which it maybe would have been nice to build a nice huge tunnel underneath where we could zoom to Detroit or whatever was on the other side there. I don't know what's on the other side there because I still didn't care. But I was just like, it would be nice if America had hub to hub fast rail. And I mean fast rail, not like 60, 70, 80, 90 mile per hour rail, but like actual fast rail, high speed rail that is not even the high speed of like the Shinsen stuff in Japan. Because if you look at a map, like Google Maps or something, like Japan is, I mean, I know Japanese people think their shit is big, but like their shit ain't big. America's big. If we want to build fast rail, our shit is going to need to go faster than 300 kilometers per hour. It's going to need to go like fast. And China is on pace to build something that's 1,000 kilometers an hour, which is fast, but America's going to need to have something that's going to go faster than that. We're going to need to build something like a back train, which is, I'm pretty sure that's a hyperloop. That's what the hyperloop was. I'm pretty sure that's a back train. A maglev train inside a sealed tube, a sealed vacuum tube. No air, no nothing. Well, not no nothing, but inside a vacuum. Magnetic levitation train inside a vacuum or near vacuum. Something like that. And like I said, hub to hub. So not like something with a stop every mile or something like that. No, hub to hub. Like if you're in Texas, Houston to Dallas kind of thing. But I proposed, stuff even, distances even longer than that. And like I said, speeds greater than 1,000 kilometers an hour, meaning hopefully much faster than 1,000 miles per hour. Because if you don't have air resistance, I'm hoping we can get it, 2,000-3,000 miles per hour. Because hopefully you can go from someplace like Dallas to Los Angeles in an hour or less. If you're doing it on land, not over the air, you should be able to make it tolerable, not economical. Fuck economics. Fuck money. Money costs. I don't even want to get into talking about how much a company wants to charge it. That's we're not going to charge people. It's going to be a first come first serve situation. You book your ride and you get to go. If you're going to do something like that, it's going to be about speed. I know we're going to do something about inertia. The G-forces too, but we'll work shit out. That's what we have engineers for. And then once we get Trump and the Republicans out of here, we can make education free for everybody in the country. Free for life. And then we can actually have the intellect base we need to actually make some of this shit happen. And the employment, we already have the employment base because nobody has a job. Nobody has a job they like, let me say. Everybody that has a job pretty much has a job they hate. So, it'd be much better if people had a job that they actually give a shit about and is doing something that they're like, well, maybe it kind of sucks, but like, look what we're doing. We're doing something that when it's done, it's going to be like, it's the only thing in the world, and America built it. And now we can say, we built this, fuck China. We built this, fuck India. And also, because Americans like to say that shit. Let's just be honest. I mean, no disrespect to China and India, but Americans really, kind of more than anything, and I think every American can just be honest with themselves. Americans love to say that. Love to, and not in so many words, but Americans love to be like, look what we did. We did something bigger and better than anyone else in the world. Look at our metaphorical dick. It's bigger than yours. And here's the proof. And it's like, it's just such an infantile, petty thing to do, but Americans love doing it. And yeah, pretty much everyone loves doing it. Everyone around the world, every country around the world loves doing it. But Americans like doing it in a very uniquely distinctive and definitively American way. that I think we need to kind of take back from, especially China, but the rest of the world, that we have basically ceded more over Trump and Trump's administration than every other administration in the past 30 years. So that's why I say once we get Trump and the Republicans out of here, we can, get back to the America that, actually did stuff that the rest of the world can be jealous of. Because have you seen that new Chinese space station that they're building? Yeah, and they're building they built the current parts of it pretty much alone, but now they're inviting India and I forgot, but India and other countries, pretty much every other country except America, because America's got lots of problems now. But pretty much any other country that wants to join in, they're inviting everybody else to be like, so you want to join in with building our space station? It's like, yeah, the ISS that's currently functioning is kind of it's approaching the end of its lifespan anyway. So the new Chinese one that's going up is and the other weird thing about that, by the way, is each module that they put up has this distinctly, uniquely Chinese name. Just look it up online. It's this one has Ying So Pai name, and it means Forest of the Dragon Mouth or it's some shit. I'm just pulling these out of my ass, but it's just wow, guys. The ISS modules are ISS 1, ISS 2, ISS 3. It's those are totally European ways of thinking. Completely. The Chinese ones are totally Chinese ways of thinking. We're going to give it unique names and name names. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just speaks to the minds, the different mind thinking. Whatever. Shit. I guess not that either way of thinking is good or bad. It's just that they're kind of uniquely different. We've been raised to be different, which is probably good, actually. You need different spices in the spice cabinet. Otherwise, every day of the week you're just eating the same thing. What's that? Well, I ate a sandwich that I bought. I bought some extra. I bought some extra meat to put onto it, some turkey, and I'm glad I did because I kind of had to. At the end of it, I had to get rid of. I just had to toss out the meat that came on the sandwich because it was just. It was not good. It was just like yeah. So I ate that. That was good. I got some extra food for later and tomorrow, and gonna eat that tomorrow mainly. And yeah, gonna have my crap picked up tomorrow too, so that can be cleaned. Hopefully it'll get warmer tomorrow. And the day after that get warmer. And soon I have 70-degree days. All right. Oh. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I can see the kind of white graying stuff. I think it's like I'm getting one more gray hair every time I let this grow out. It's like just one more every time. Just one more somewhere. Every time I let it grow out and then I shave it, and it's like just one more every time. Oh well. What am I gonna do? Color it? Yeah, fuck that. Time marches on. You don't try to fight the weather. You either get out of the way of the storm or stand in the rain and let it fall on you. And just enjoy the raindrops. You know? Like when you were a kid and it was raining and you were just dancing in the puddles and someone was like, your mom was like, get out of the rain, and you were like, but it's raining and it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Other people are like, like, why should I march to your boring ass tune? I'm gonna make my own. It's gonna be better than your garbage. All right, tax rich. Get rich. BOO boobs.